Donald Trump will not ask Israel to cease fire in order to negotiate with Iran. He called the talks between the European and Iranian foreign ministers that took place the day before useless and again announced his deadline. He will decide in 2 weeks at most whether to enter a war with Iran on the side of Israel. This refers to airstrikes on underground nuclear facilities, which Trump believes Israel would not be able to penetrate without the United States. As for the negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, Trump thinks there is progress. What this progress is and why Trump advises Senator Lindsey Graham to keep his mouth shut will be explained further by TSN's correspondent in the USA, Olga Koshelenko.
Donald Trump will not ask Israel to stop striking Iran in order for peace talks to take place. This is exactly the demand that the head of Iran's foreign ministry made during a meeting with his European counterparts. When someone is winning, it's hard to ask them to stop, Trump said. As for the negotiations in Switzerland, the American leader did not rate them highly. He said that Iran only wants to negotiate with America. Washington's demand to Iran remains unchanged. No nuclear development, not even for peaceful purposes.
They sitting atop one of the largest oil fields. They are sitting on the world's largest oil reserves. And I just don't understand what peaceful purpose they would need it for. It's one thing when certain countries say we need a certain amount of nuclear energy because we need it for electricity, air conditioning and so on. But when you're sitting on the world's largest oil reserves, it's hard to understand why you would need it.
Within the Republican Party and the Trump administration, there is no consensus on whether the United States should enter the war on Israel's side. Although some moderate Republicans support this idea, the radical MAGA wing, which is closest and most loyal to President Trump, is against it. War inevitably means the possibility of American soldiers being killed and Iranian retaliatory attacks on American military bases in the Middle East. And President Trump in his inaugural address said the success of the United States will be measured by the wars they do not enter. As for the negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, there is progress, Donald Trump stated, but he did not specify what kind. And to some of his colleagues, in particular Senator Lindsey Graham, the author of a bill to dismantle sanctions against Russia, he advised to keep their mouths shut because Graham had called on Ukraine to keep fighting.
People need to be extremely careful about what they say. Really, they should watch their mouths. They could get themselves into trouble.
This week, Trump did not attend the G7 meeting in Canada dedicated to Russia's war against Ukraine, supposedly because he was in a hurry to address the situation in the Middle East. He also did not respond to the intense Russian strikes on residential areas. He mentioned Putin in only one context. The Russian dictator, as a close friend of Iran, offered his mediation in resolving the war with Israel. But according to him, Trump advised Putin to deal with his own war first and only then take on anything else. Next week, let me remind you, there will be a NATO summit in The Hague where both President Trump and President Zelensky are expected to attend. The president of Ukraine has openly stated that he wants to negotiate with the president of the United States about acquiring new arms packages. What will be crucial is whether a US-Ukrainian meeting will take place in the Netherlands and whether Trump will want it. From Washington, United States, Olga Koshelenko, Maxim Shinkarenko, TSN 1+1.